Okay, so those of you who drive in car with me will know that you no longer drive in car with me, because as of Easter this year I decided to stop being a DVSA L-test driving instructor. And my reason for that decision was a BBC interview with a lady called Kyle Owen, Harvey's mum. Now Harvey and 3 of his young mates snuck off for a crafty camping weekend in Snowdonia, and tragically their journey ended with the roof on its car in a water-filled ravine. After this event, Kyle Owen very bravely researched all the statistics relating to road safety for young drivers and their passengers. And having read all of this, she begged the question of all of us as a driving community: why? Why, knowing what we do about young driver and passenger safety, did we not protect Harvey and his young friends from themselves? And as a driving instructor, I had no answer to that question. And so for that reason, I decided to stop delivering L-driver training until we have a structured, graduated licensing scheme. So I've moved on with my life. I'm doing other stuff with my life. Me being me, as you'd expect, it involves cars. And so I've got some stuff here today that I thought may be of interest to some of my previous viewers. But it's important to understand that what I present now is not within the constraints of a DVSA approved driving instructor, so these are my personal opinions. And to make it very, very clear, none of what we're discussing today is required for a DVSA L test. So just be very clear on that point. So what we're going to be looking at today is, broadly speaking, stunt driving, which makes that a bit odd given what we've just been talking about. But it's the type of things you may see going on in your local Sainsbury's or B&Q car park on a Friday night. Now, what we're going to be doing here is some professional stunt driving with arguably one of the leading stunt drivers in the world. So if you've ever watched films such as Fast and Furious, some of the James Bond chase scenes, and even BBC's Top Gear, you will have seen the driving of this person who prefers to keep his identity private. Though I would highly recommend his book to any young driver. It's a fantastic read. It's about road driving. It's presented incredibly well. I'm not selling books here. I'd encourage you, like I did, to take it out from the library so you don't fund his next Porsche, but certainly have a read and take the content from his book. It is fantastic. But what we're going to look at today, given the fact that we have got one of the best drivers in the world who will be doing the driving for us, we're just going to look at the preparation and planning that goes into one of these events. So as a bit of a spoiler alert, what you'll see today will be incredibly boring relative to some of the other tire smoking stuff you see on YouTube. But if you watch through, and this is our first visit to the site, and it's a site that will be completely locked down when we're filming here properly. We will make absolutely sure there are no pedestrians, no random shoppers walking across our path, no HGVs, no reversing cars. We will have a completely locked down site. And that is with the very best driver in the world. So what I just want you to think about there is, if that's the lengths we go to with the very best driver who has the best car control skills going, in the best car with the best rubber, how does that relate to what you see on a Friday night in a Sainsbury's, Asda, Tesco, B&Q car park? Have a watch. Hope this makes you think, and I hope you find it enjoyable. Hi Ben, and welcome to sunny Dorset, and welcome also to the new UK home of Tool Hub. At the moment, a mere field of dreams, but over the next few months we're going to build that field, and they will come. So, I dug out a copy of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift last evening and had a watch of that, so I think I know what I'm doing. We've got the old Datsun ready, so what we'll do is just take you for a bit of a guided tour of the site, and then hopefully we can start planning our shoot for later in the month. Okay Ben, so this is the entrance approach road, which will obviously be completely locked off on day of filming, but as you can see, a nice tree-lined approach road Today the site is working, so we've got HGVs, we've got Kevin out doing some leaf blowing, so for obvious reasons we're just going to keep the pace down on this sighting lap. And over to your left there now you can just start to see our building. So I'm guessing you could get up somewhere near 85, 90 along here in the car we're driving today. By the time you've got to the turn in, which obviously is going to be too much for this turn in, well, it is for me anyway. But then we come through here. There's Kevin just off there to the left, wasn't it? Yeah. And then around the back of our building here. Got a canopy here. I'm going to keep out wide. There's a bit of a hump over nearer the building to the left. Is quite a hump, so there's something you can potentially do there. But then we come back round. Okay, so we're going to take a look inside. Got a number of entrance doors that give us options on this. How wide was the entrance door, Jim?
300 centimetres.
Just checking Kevin's not inside here. So the far exit there, those are dock loading bays, so we can't go through there. Obviously you can see the bars there, so that's not an exit option, but we have got an exit option. Turn around here just to our left. Trying our best to avoid any pillars, but so we can exit through this door. Which brings us back out. We haven't got a drone with us today, but the scenery around here, as you get up above the industrial buildings, is fantastic farmland. So a lovely drone shot potential for the area, for context of where the new unit is. And this is the little hump just near to the wall there. So potential for something interesting off of that, I would have thought. Hi Ben, so we got Jimmy the tea boy in the driver's seat now. He is very good at making tea, so it'll be great for film day. What we'll just do is just get some wider angle shots of the car for perspective. Obviously we want to focus on our new building, so just to put the car into context. Jim, if you can just take it for a lap. So that is the new home of Tool Hub in the UK. I don't think the branded signage will be on in time. We'll see what we can do. It'd be nice. So yeah, maybe I should take an action to get that done. This is the back of the building. These were the loading, freight loading bays we were talking about. And if we pan around, so we've got a lovely rural context. If we get some drone footage above that. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. Run for your lives, kids.